Hi guys, and welcome back to another YouTube video. In this video I'll be doing my AFL Fantasy Round 3 team reveal. And yeah, before we get into it, remember to like and subscribe. I've been pretty amazed with how this channel is growing at the moment. And yeah, let's hope to continue that over this weekend as we get into Round 3 and we really see, I guess, the AFL start to shape up for the season. So let's now move over to here, and as you can see, general my team here, and then I'll go through my trades now, and then my team, and then what my future plans are going into round 4, 5, and 6. Like they are a little bit open, but a little bit closed, as in there's probably only 4 or 5 options that I have, but they're a lot better than if I had gone for the likes of Dacos now, as that really closes me off from everything else, and it meant that I had to field Tanner Bruin, and I just wasn't happy fielding him. So as you can see here, I've done a Setterfield for Duggan and swapped, and then a Tanner Bruin for Stocker. So as you can see, I've effectively gone really strong on the midfield, and yeah, gone a little bit weaker on defense and a little bit weaker on my forward line. I mean, Stocker and Duggan should at the moment be going evens as well, and Bruin for Setterfield is a massive upgrade of potentially 60, 70, 80 points here. So if you look at it like even just Stocker for Bruin, that's probably plus 30 or so points, and Duggan for Setterfield is 30, 40 points. So that's potentially 70, 80 points of upside there, 60, 70, 80 points of upside, and that's why I did it as, I believe if we go over to AFL break evens, and we go over here, and we go to Bruin first, I'll just check him, he's at 62 break even, Duggan's at 104, and then if we look here at Setterfield, he's at 27 break even, so really low, and then we go over to Stocker and he's at 18. So combined break even of for the other two, for Bruin and Duggan, was 166, whereas Stocker and Setterfield was 45. So we have to score, for them to hold value, they have to score 121 less points. So I just think there's too much value in that. And I think with Dacos still having, I believe it was like a 79 break even. Let me go back here. Nick Dacos, 71 break even. I would have to combine him with the likes of, he just won't go up as much in value, I don't think, compared to like Stocker and stuff, because he's only going to outscore Stocker by like 40 points maybe at tops, 30 points. So by that, and then that will make him go up only another like 10, 15k more. So I'm just trying to find more value options now to really increase my my team value, so that later on I can get, even if I might miss out on the likes of Oliver or someone else here, I can have 7, 8 premiums, pretty much premiums across the park, and I just need someone to hit. That's the plan that I think I'm going to go with, rather than having to have a mid-pricer and a couple of really strong premiums. I think that would be better. So yeah, as you can see, that's why I've done the trades. My thoughts for next round, considering I have 182,000 in the bank, and Dom Sheed's the odd one out here, and I'm monitoring Constable and Chandler. Don't worry about Orland, as he's I project him to not play, so that's why I have Wilmot on the bench, and Wilmot plays first, so if Wilmot has a good game, Orland will stay off. But I guess we find out in a couple of hours with the 6 p.m. teams whether that is the case with Orland. And does he play on Sunday? He does play on Sunday, so we won't know the final team, but I'm hoping he isn't on, because then that'll create that loophole that I need. But if he is still playing, and we have I have an option out of Chesser, hopefully one of those two gets dropped, and that'll help me as well, because I do need to have a red dot in there. It did suck that now it feels good that Samson Ryan is playing, but it did suck in round 1 when he had the red dot, but he played early. So I do want to have a red dot in there somewhere. I do want to have 29 or 28 playing. So Doherty stays. You just gotta. The reason why I picked him was because of this run here. You have arguably 5 rounds here where he really should be scoring 110, 120 here quite easily. And that'll just help him turn back into that D1 defender. And basically, that's why I have the captaincy role on him, because I want to see how... I picked Taranto at the moment, but I might switch that back down to the likes of a Dunkley. I might actually do that now and back in Dunkley to go huge against his former side in the Bulldogs. I think it will be a midfield battle this week, and you will see Dunkley, Bontempelli, Neil, McRae go absolutely huge, as they have to prove some doubters wrong. So that's why Andy McGrath's up against St Kilda, I believe, yes. And St Kilda have been known to give up huge scores to defenders. If we go to AFL, I will just do it through the AFL app. So we go to round matches, fixtures, round 2, and we go to here's the Saints game against the Bulldogs. Crozier, a defender, got 100. Caleb Daniel probably would have got 100. Josh Bruce, as a key defender, got 84. Ed Richards, 72. So not as prevalent as if we go to fixtures again and we go to round 1 and we look at the game between this game where you had the defenders go nuts in Cox, Ryan, Young, and Jordan Clark, and then you also had Heath Chapman get 85, and some other wingman slash halfbackers get 80, 85. So maybe that is just an anomaly, that game. So we might have to look at it in when we have a huge sample size and be no, they actually don't give up. They just average in giving up against defenders. But if they do go big, then Andy Brayshaw, Ridley, and Redmayne should be the ones to go big. And I think they could actually do that, because St Kilda, the reason why I don't think who did St Kilda play round 2? The reason why I don't think the Bulldogs defenders went completely nuts was because in the last quarter it just seemed like the St Kilda defenders were just knocking it around a little bit and kicking it around. So I don't think they really got their hands on the ball, and I think they were sort of chasing the game, so they were trying to just not really get those kick marks, just try and get those meters gained and really get it into the forward line to try and cause an upset at that point and get the Bulldogs over the line, but they didn't in the end, so that's why I don't think the Bulldogs defenders did too well. Constable, so moving on to Stocker now. Stock is there just because of great value. He just needs... If he averages 90, like he could quite easily, and yes, I know this is a small sample size, if he averages 90 here, we are going to go pretty nuts, and that'll really, really help. And he'll go up to 700k, and then I'll try and get him out for, honestly, a Dacos or a Stewart could be priced at 700k when he comes back quite easily, because he has 150 break even, so that could be a plan. Then you have Constable, and I'm just week to week just praying that he keeps his spot. I thought his disposal efficiency was better. I believe against the Bombers it was 75%, which wasn't bad. So it might have just been the greasy conditions in Sydney that made his disposal efficiency go down. Jinby as a rookie, holding strong, good choice. Uland probably not going to play. That's why I have the Wilmot and Cowan flicking in if he doesn't play. Petrarca I'm pretty disappointed about, but I think he could go huge against the Swans, given that the Swans give up a lot of centre clearances at the moment, and Petrarca's game sort of revolves around that quick sort of kick out of the middle. I think he will play in the middle this week, as they don't really have Gawn. Gawn's injured, so he's out. So they don't really have Gawn there. So I think they're going to have to lock and load the midfield to really win that battle if they're going to have a shot against the Swans, as the Swans will just beat him in the outside game, to be honest. Then you have Bond. I think he will have a big game this week. He's got to have a big game, reactionary, because he's supposed to... Bulldogs can't go 0-3 and think that they're going to have realistic shot at finals with the way that they're playing at the moment. So he's got to tick it up a gear, and I just think he will this game against his one of his former teammates in Dunkley. I think he'll be quite revved up and he'll pull out a almost man of the match performance. I think Dunkley will pull out the man of the match performance, but I think Bont will get 2 votes in this game. And then you have the likes of Tom Green here, 805k. Nothing really to talk about him, just sort of a commonplace on most sides. Setterfield's only at 19%, which is sort of surprising. And if he can just give up another 100, 200 points in the next 2 weeks here and get himself up to 800k, he could almost be sneakily getting into that M7, M6 sort of range by the end of the season, like actually sticking in my side. Then, as I talked about, I'm pretty sure I talked about earlier, Dom Sheed's my potential out. Looking at Chandler, Constable, even a rookie. One of the thoughts is to go Dom Sheed and Chandler up to the likes of Cornelio, as that'll give me a full forward line, as well as it will give me whoever, depending on Cam McKenzie and even Alwyn Davies and Philippou, whoever's got the best score, I can slide someone in here around to get that better score. So it would just give me more mobility, I guess. Warple's doing his thing. Good thing that I brought him in last week over Callahan, as Callahan has injury concerns, plus the GWS midfield is coming back from concussions. Ashcroft is a commonplace in most sides. Hollands I'm fielding this week. When does he play? He plays here, and Mackenzie plays on the earlier game. So if Mackenzie has a big score, Noah Long's going to come in and hope that he doesn't play. And hope that he doesn't play, but we'll get better news on that because the teams will be out by the time that the full teams will be out by the time that Hawthorn start playing. So that'll be good for that. So I'll know how I can structure my emergencies. Same 2 rucks, set and forget. Witts didn't have the best week against the dual ruck, but he's coming up against Geelong, who have just Blickarves, I think. So he should do really well there. Royal Marshall, hard matchup against Essendon, so I'm expecting a 95 or somewhere around there. Like, yes, he'll have better mobility compared to Jared Witts just because of the frame he's got, but it's really hard to score against Phillips and Draper. Samson Ryan just continuing on gaining a little bit of value there, as he has a really good break even this week. Dunkley, I spoke about earlier. I really want him to tick up a gear, and hopefully this is the game that gets him into gear. Taranto doing exactly what I wanted from him. Rosie, slight down game, but he's owned by 60%, so pretty much everyone copped it. Goulden doing his job there, basically. Sheasel doing an amazing job. 4th rank for the season out of all players, and he's a rookie. So I expect his performance to drop, but hopefully it's just he keeps on gaining cash and cash and cash. And then you have Chandler here, and hopefully he has a big game, but doesn't, I guess, impact the game against the Swans, because I want the Swans to win, but I want him to get really good fantasy points because he's going to be on ground, as I think he's a better scorer than Davey and Philippou. Philippou just has no scoring potential, it doesn't look like, especially with St Kilda forwards out. So until the St Kilda forwards come back, I don't think Philippou's going to be an on-field option. And yeah, Davies just keep on going at 53. That'll get him up to 400k pretty quickly and trade him out. And then Chessa's probably just going to be a loophole option at the moment. It doesn't seem like Simpson knows how to play him. And I mean, Simpson looks out of his depth, to be honest. So yeah, that's my team at the moment. I'm going for a Dunkley VC and a Doherty captain. And then we'll see if hopefully this week I actually can have a loophole in and get a vice captaincy, and I don't have to rely on a captaincy score again. So hopefully that's the case. And yeah, I'll see you guys. I'll switch actually over here. So I'll see you guys in another video soon. So thanks guys. Goodbye.